Okay, I've got a little tiny microphone and I'm sitting in front of the house. And I just figured today was as good of a day as any. I was thinking about some of the stuff that's been going on, and I thought I would tell you a little bit about this house because we've been talking about trees. Obviously, I did a post about a week ago that was all about the amazing trees here in Owosso and how magnificent they all are. So I think that there's actually like a little bit of a once again a weird thread that runs between the past and the future. And that is that I adore the trees. And it turns out that the person who built this house was a guy named Dr. James Barnes. And he was the first doctor in Owosso. And he gave this house to his daughter, Elizabeth, on her wedding day or for her wedding gift. She got the house and she got the surrounding city block. A couple of things that I think are remarkable about this because, I feel an affinity to Dr. Barnes in like 10,000 ways. One, he gave the house to his daughter. It didn't go in her husband's name. This was in 1870. It did not go it didn't go in the husband's name. It went in Elizabeth's name and it stayed in Elizabeth's name the entire time. So I like to personally believe that Dr. Barnes was like an OG feminist because he clearly wanted to make sure that his daughter had her own property squared away. The second thing is that the same doctor was actually the director of our Underground Railroad, helping slaves escape up through the route to Canada. And so he was responsible for just a lot of great social um, progressive ideas. He was not afraid, clearly, to embrace whatever he thought was right, regardless of what the current sentiment might have been. Anyways, then there's you add to that the fact that he, as a doctor, I think he was like a mayor too. Maybe in like 1866, he was the mayor of Owosso. But first, he was a doctor, and he encouraged people to plant old growth, like old mature trees, the oaks, the maples, the elms, the hickories, things like that. And he would often have people trade their medical bills for planting trees. And so I do kind of feel like, in a way, as I drive around this town, oh, that's the other thing is that North Street or King Street used to be North Street. And he, because he was the first person to buy a plot out here, got naming rights for the streets. And he renamed North Street over here to King Street because it was his wife's maiden name. And then the next two streets, Elizabeth and Jeanette, are named after his daughters. And it's like, come on, man. Like a giant F for feminists. I just love it so much because as all true feminists know, feminism is not actually about like hating on men. It's really just about how about all genders have equal access and equal rights to things and property values and property were definitely something that women were shut out of in the 1800s for sure. And so the fact that he just found ways to introduce this into not just our community, but to this street, to this house, like I just feel like there's so much good energy in this house. And I'm not really like a woo woo, kind of ghosty kind of person, and we've never felt like there was any sort of ghosts in this house. Sorry to disappoint all of the old house ghost story lovers out there, but what I have always experienced was that this house has just got good energy. Like every room feels lovely. I've never once been creeped out at night. It's just it's a calm, lovely space. So I like to think that we're just in a long line of people that have come before us that have helped kind of usher this house through Owosso's history. But it is amazing. So as I drive around with all these old trees, I often think like, God, was that a toothache, an earache? Was that a kid who got a fever? Like, did this tree exist today because it cleared a debt for medical care 150 years ago? I mean, it's just, I don't know. That's the kind of fun stuff that I think is so as strange as this sounds, and you'll learn this about me, I sentimentalize a lot. And like whenever we have furniture inside that we got from an estate sale in Arizona, and we reference it I always reference everything that I ever get by the person's name. So like these are Reed's couches, and this is Reed's hutch, and that's Bob's chair. And it's like I love knowing the story of who took care of something, who selected something. I don't know why things jump out at me that they as they do, but I like to think that there's like a thread there. And so I like to give homage to the people that, as if I inherited it from some stranger, like as if they were like my uncle or something. So oftentimes I'll be like, I need Reed's mixing bowls, or I need, like I said, I'll just, it's the same as if I was saying, like, I need my mom's measuring cup, or, things like that. So I give even strangers whose items I pick up at an estate sale, I really sentimentalize those because I feel like the things that are cared for deserve care going forward. So, anyways, I just thought this was kind of fun to take you guys on a little journey. See, this is the house. I don't, as far as I know, it's never been black. That's new. That's a Will Bihar Emily Olson stamp that we put on this. But this tree behind us, this catalpa tree, ooh boy howdy, look at that. I found some pictures from previous versions, and I think that that's been there since like the 70s, maybe. There used to be like a walkway that went right through here, through the grass, and cut through up to the front porch. We took that walkway out, but the tree, there's like a version of this tree that was there in one of these old pictures, and that's pretty neat because I like seeing all that stuff. We also name all of our things. So this is the catalpa tree. We just call it by its proper name. But then over here this is where the swing is. That's Miss Maple, and then her. There, look at that. Oh my gosh, she's so pretty. And then over there, that's Mr. Maple. I don't know why, but you know, that's Mr. Maple with my favorite swing in it now. So we name just about everything. If it's these cherry trees, well, I could turn around and show you my new cherry trees that have the pride wrap on them. Those, I call them the three sisters because I'm one of three sisters. So I like to think of them as just kind of our stamp. So the three Kwanzaa cherry trees that get these beautiful, beautiful double blooms in the spring. Those are me and my sisters. So what else? That's it. That's the 408 West King Street history today.